was a cold and frosty July morn when I kicked the sheets and greeted the dawn. Grabbed my jacket and badge hat too and headed off on my tri-state 500cc of just raw power. Lonely corners, wine by the hours. Classic day, just for a ride with me on my chrome with the world by my side. The world thumper shoe, but no flat out and feet as the taco floats. The vibe they tingle and run the bars. My hands near numb and still no cars. The needle sits on a steady 8-0. The flickers back to a to and fro. I bank her deep into a hairpin bend. Scrape the banks, but it's not the end. Drop down to a lower gear. Hit the throttle and green with fear. I crank her over, then power her on. Scrape the tube, but nothing wrong. Back up again and on the strings. Power her on, then set her straight. There's no place I think I'd rather be than chill in the country on a 500cc. 500cc, 500cc, 500cc. The old thumper sure belts out and no flat out in feet as the taco floats. The vibes they tingle and run the bars. My hands near numb and still no car. There's no place I think I'd rather be than chill in the country in a 500cc. 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 500cc.
Hi guys, today I plan to fit a sports muffler to this new bike of mine, and when you fit one to a C5 it's a fairly simple job. You just undo these 3 screws at the top. Usually on the older model C5 you'd have 2 here, but in this one there's only 1. So you'll take those 4 or 5 off the fin rods. I've already done a bit of it. So you take that off. This one will be next. Back up here, that's the same. The one that fits up here is the same. Then it's just a matter of take it off. You may have a bit of trouble with the removal of it. If it is, a bit of WD-40 here. And then, if you have trouble ripping it off, rubber mallet, bang it on the end of here, and that'll release it. So, you know, if you use a rubber mallet, it's a lot better than using a bit of force or pulling a hammer or anything like that, and you'll get that off. While we're here, I'll just drop this camera a bit and just show you how this differs from the older version of the C5. I've actually reduced the pipe here now, so it's coming from here down into a small narrow one. So it's fairly restrictive where it goes into it. And when you look at the muffler itself, it's still a very heavy muffler. Even compared to the old one, it's almost the same weight. I was expecting a lot lighter. And once you remove the muffler, back up in the header, before you do it, you'll have to loosen off these 2 screws to adjust it before you put your new muffler. you'll find that after you remove your muffler or adjust it a couple of times, it'll either have the copper-based washer, it'll have the or the other type what they put in there. They use two sorts, and whatever it is, after you use it a couple of times, you'll either have to rip them out and put a new one in or something like that, or they'll end up blowing out. But once you put a new one in, you'll have to adjust it a couple of times, or you'll have a bit of problems with it. So what I mean by problems is, after you do fit your new muffler back on and take it for a run, you'll probably have to adjust those header pipe bolts 3 or 4 times or something like that till they bed themselves in. So your best idea is take a spanner with you and then adjust them a few times, and then after you eventually tighten them in to the correct seating depth, they'll be right there and then they'll be good for there. But if you don't check them, eventually they'll just come loose and the nuts will fall off them. So once you do that, you've got to come back and check them regularly. Over the years I've tried quite a few different mufflers, and it's come down to these two as the best, and they're both identical, but when you look at them, the outlets are different. Got this one here and that one, and the difference is this one's roughly about 1 3/4. This is a 2-inch outlet on the 21-inch shorty. The 2-inch one doesn't really work, you lose a little bit of power, and this one is just about perfect at 1 3/4 inch. When you buy these, they come in at about 1 1/2 or 1 1/4, and you just cut the tip off with an angle grinder, and if you overdo it, you bugger it, and if you just get it right, and you don't have to cut much off it to get it, it'll perform really well and sound good too, and give you a bit extra power. You pick them up on eBay for about roughly $100, and they really perform well, sound good, and it really sounds like you're riding an old classic. Well, you are riding an old classic, but you got the sound effect to go with it. Well, we've got the power plant fitted, so let's start her up and see how it sounds. Sounds pretty good, I think. Got a bit of thump there now. And also, I reckon I picked up a bit of power. Not bad for $100. Well, nothing. Had it in reserve. Got a deep thump. Motor's dead cold too. What a bang. Really good. There you are, $100, more bang for your buck. Thanks for watching. Hi guys, how are you today? And just so you know, we're in the central New South Wales tablelands of Australia. It's around 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It's in January, summer, about 33 degrees. I've just put the sports muffler on. You can probably hear it banging away. And the bike appears to be running well. Sounds good. Camera I'm using to record this is one of those cheap eBay ones called a Get Up Get 2. They're about $150. I use it on all my videos. I find it pretty good. I usually use, I've had a GoPro one, but what I like about this one, it's got the image stabiliser on it. It handles it a bit better with the shake. On this new bike, it's got the round petrol cap, which I've got this camera mounted to on the tank on a on a vacuum thing, so it's hitting on there all right on a vacuum store. Bike's got about 700 kilometres on it now. It's done its second service, or actually the first service from the dealer. And I've done 2 oil changes on it, so I've had 2 services. Already you can see the bike runs a bit better now with that blow-through muffler on it. You can feel it pulls a bit better. Hear it now, see? Good $100 bang for your buck this time. You can see there where the road's starting to melt around here with the high temperatures we're having. Last few days 33, 34, 35 degrees Celsius, so we're pushing up 100, close, heading towards 100 F in the Fahrenheit scale. So back to that camera for $150 with the image stabiliser, because this is a pretty rough road. I found 18 months ago when I ran one of my cars up into the Northern Territory open limit. That camera was good though, record speeds up to around 230, nearly 240 kilometres an hour when the open limit in Northern Territory was legal. When I went up there and ran my car flat out in the sections up there for 350 kilometres either way, say 400 miles in total, so this camera performed well. So that's what I like about it. It can handle the roughness. The GoPro I had with me was totally useless. It was a GoPro 4 Silver Edition, and shit, it spent all its time doing nothing. The only trouble about, now back out here, the only trouble about out here today is this bloody road's got a habit of a lot of brown snakes hanging around out on this road, which I don't like, because never know when they can wrap around your wheel and one of those bastards bite you. Well, if you don't get to the hospital quick, they'll kill you. Blake got bit by one the other day, and by the time he got the hospital, he was dead. So you don't fucking around, you don't fool around with those. And there's a lot of kangaroos around here too, and they come out late in the afternoon, and you don't want them bastards to bounce on you either. You probably noticed with most of my YouTube things, I don't edit them, I just put them up as they go, and that's the way it goes. And you either take them or leave them. But nothing about these bikes, when I do my testing, I don't get up there and say to you, well, this bike puts out 27 horsepower and 43 newton meters of torque. I don't give a stuff how much newton meters of torque somebody says to you, but how much is that? I want to know if the bastard will come up to a hill and pull over the bastard. Now, in standard form, with the standard muffler on it, the factory one. We're coming up to an area now, or along this straight, and going back when this bike had 400 or 500 kilometres on it. It was flat out getting over this, pull up this hill at 80 kilometres an hour, like on the run-in, going back just when it was around the 500 kilometre mark. So we're cruising along at 80 kilometres an hour, 50 mile an hour, and the bike was flat out pulling up this grade, and it was a bit annoying. Now we put this $100 sporty muffler on it. There was a shorty, 21-inch shorty on it. I can bet now that it'll run up here no trouble at all. So that's what's the difference by opening up the exhaust. How will these things all run? And I can sort of feel it now that it'll perform. So we'll have a go. Well, I'm sitting on the 80 now. You'll probably won't be able to see the speedo, but we're coming up to this area. It's a bad area too. We've got swamp either side or to the left of me here, and this is an area where these brown snakes hang out, just over here on my left. So we're on 80 now, and we're starting to pull up this light grade, but this is the same area. You can hear the exhaust now working a bit harder, or the motor working a bit harder. I'm opening her up a little bit. But let's open the bastard up a bit more. Now, go. Okay, we're over 90 now. And now we are sitting on 100. So we got there pretty quick. And I'll back off now because I don't want to overdo this. And we're dropping back down now, 90. So you can see, now we're pulling still up this grade. And it's banging away. Now this is the last pinch on the hill. And we'll give it to it again on this last hit. Now you can see it pulling right up here. It's really going. Hit this has got a good motor in it. So we pull down, and this is a really steep little pinch coming down here. So just let it back up and cool down a bit. This is all bad kangaroo territory through here, because if they come out, you'll want those anti-lock brakes to help you slow down a bit through here, because if they come out quick. Very thick vegetation. Trouble about kangaroos, they don't come out one at a time either. If there's one there, there's half a dozen behind the bastards. Now we come up another bit of a rise here. You'll hear the exhaust work and motor working harder now when I give it to it. You just got a nice bang to it. And we're still pulling 90 up here, hardly touching it. It's a pleasure to ride this bike, really nice. Smooth. I reckon it's running, it'll really cruise nice. So there we are, sitting on 90 k's, 55 mile an hour. Jesus, hot, that. Some nice bends down through here. I ride this road regular. Oh, Jesus, oh. such a fun road, but not much traffic out here in the central tablelands, but a lot of back roads. You can come out early in the morning, run these roads, no one's around. So we're sitting on 100 k's now, or close, but we will be now. We are now. Just in case you wonder why I run those videos of music videos every one of the episodes I put up, well, I see and hear that much crap on YouTube anyway. I like the infields, and I wrote all the lyrics to those songs, so I think if you want to listen to me stuff, you might as well listen to me songs while you're at it. You could do a lot worse, I'd say. Plus I think I had a few good tips there when you, by the time you get the video out of the way, or the music video, and listen to it. And I've got some good stuff coming up on some of the other things I got lined up. This is actually the first video I've done with actually talking as I go along and video at the same time, so hopefully it will work. I wasn't sure if it'd be a goer or not, so this is where I'll turn this beast around. Head it back. And give her a workout. Yeah, it's certainly freed up now, this bike. Gets to 100 k's, or almost 90 k's, 100 so quick. Standard muffler form, this hill I'm going over now, I'd have to go back to fourth, and I'm just running over this now at 90 k's in top gear. Is a very steep pull on this one too. Once again, this was a hill I was coming along, and by about now I'd be slowing down and almost going back to another gear. And we're still sitting on 90 k's pulling it in top. And the thing about it, I'm not even giving it more throttle, I've just got my hand held on the same spot. So it's all uphill pulling, all on there, you can see the hills coming up. One after the other. Another thing about these bikes, I'll just slow it down to 80 now because I've been sitting on 90 with that for a while. Another thing about these bikes, you don't have to go for that crap where they tell you you need a K&N air filter either. I've run K&Ns and excuse me, you don't need them. Just that I've got one at home. I only used it first couple of times and never used it after that. Didn't make any difference. Not with this. With the power commander, yes, but with this sports muffler, just a waste of money. Buy your muffler, you get good results, save the other money. Even if you buy electronic jet kit, don't need it. Waste of money again. Just buy the jet kit, run it with this muffler, pick up the extra power, and the K&N filter is just more trouble than it's worth. This one's a really steep hill. This is the steepest hill of the lot. So the factory muffler was struggling here with the factory muffler. So we're sitting on 80 with the factory, and I have to pull back here. See how steep this one is? Now I'm sitting on 80, and I give it to it now. I'm going 90. I'm accelerating over the hill. We're with the factory one. I had to drop back to fourth.